Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to talk about the top 5 mistakes when it comes to solar advertising on Facebook, let's say for lead generation, that I see many people are doing right now. So if you're running solar ads and they're just not working, you just can't generate leads, then just watch this video. And if you do any of those mistakes, try to fix them. I will also talk about some solutions that you can implement right away. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Noah and I do content around solar marketing and lead generation. So feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. So first mistake I see a lot of people do is their image or video is just not catchy enough. So this is a very obvious one. But with Facebook ads, you need to attract attention. And some people don't know this, but for example, when you look at the CPM, so the cost per mil, what you're paying per 1,000 impressions on Facebook, when this is very high, usually the reason is that your audience or the people that see your ads just scroll right past it because the ads are just not relevant to the audience or the ads are just not catchy enough. So people see the ad and people scroll through, so your CPM will be higher, you pay more per impressions and you will get a very high cost per lead. So yeah, with the video, you want to make sure to hook people in the first 3 to 5 seconds. So that's what's considered the hook. Yeah, just try to catch them by, I don't know, calling out the specific audience or making like a specific statement, asking a specific question. So you really need to test around with this, but first 3 to 5 seconds, very important. Then you want to use catchy visuals and catchy editing in your videos to make people continue to watch the video, and you want to spark attention every 5 seconds. That's like the golden rule with video ads in general, just so they keep watching the video until the end. And I assume that a lot of you guys are also running image ads, especially when you're just starting off. They can be a very good option because they're fairly simple compared to using video ads. So there are a few key factors that you should consider when running image ads. So first of all, you should call out your audience. You don't need to do this in every ad, but it's definitely a good way to spark their attention and make the ad more catchy when you call out your audience. Like, for example, if you're targeting California homeowners, you just put a headline saying like California homeowners, or you put like a California flag in the image, like to make it more visual. And then you can also work with the pattern interrupt. This is like how it's called in the marketing world. So basically, when someone's scrolling through his or her Facebook feed and they just see a lot of content, you know, it all kind of like looks the same. What you want to do with your ad is you want the ad to really stick out, to really interrupt their pattern basically. And you can do this in many ways. Like you can do this by color, like use very like popping unique color variations. You can also do this by using a very unique font or headline, or what usually works best is just like a very kind of weird looking unique visual. I will show you some examples in a second, that just interrupts the pattern and therefore catches their attention, so they continue watching at the image, engaging with the ad, and also reading your ad copy later on. And then as I already mentioned, working with like a unique headline can spark the attention. When you have like a unique offer, something that's really crazy, and you just put it on there very big, people can read it. It shouldn't be longer than like 4 to 5 words, very easy. Then this can also help to catch people's attention. So first of all, I want to show you an ad that's probably not performing very good. I found this in the Facebook ads library. So as you can see, it's just a very boring generic stock image. They probably got this, I don't know, just somewhere from the internet. Looks very boring, like with the gray sky and then those solar panels. Then we have like a very like completely like usual font saying pay less for electricity. It's just super generic. And then like some more text, like I don't know, like some random offer right here. But it's like, when you see this ad, or at least when I see this ad, I would scroll right past it, even when I'm in the market for solar energy, because it's just so generic. It just looks so boring. It just doesn't really catch attention. Like I scroll through Facebook to entertain myself, for example. I watch one video after another and one image after another, and then this comes up, it's not going to catch my attention. So another thing that I've seen a lot of people do is using like random images of just solar. This used to work in the past, and it can still work because it's still a bit more catchy than this, in my opinion. So because it looks like kind of interesting, but still it's pretty boring. And at this point, like, a lot of people do this because it's so easy to just use an image like this and run it. So they see those kind of images a lot, like as people who are in the market for solar. So when you use the same thing, it just doesn't stick out, so therefore it doesn't really catch people's attention and probably won't work. And now I picked a few more examples. So this is something that people have been doing for a longer time, but remember I told you should try to kind of call out your audience. You can do this in many different ways and really get creative with this, but in this case they're just targeting the specific state. So they basically just took the state and put it on here, and like with like different like flashy colors. So this is definitely like, this ticks 2 boxes for me. And first of all, the pattern interrupt, because it looks like kind of weird, and also we have all those like different flashy colors, like very flashy colors, so definitely a pattern interrupt. And then we also, as I said, we have this like indirect audience call out. So could work, but in my opinion I don't really like this too much, because first of all, a lot of people have been using ads like this, so it's not very creative. And also, like, what kind of leads will this produce? I mean, even if people stop scrolling and it catches the attention, I don't know if it's gonna produce like very good quality leads, because it has nothing to do with solar at all. Like the goal is that they will see this and then they will read the ad copy and then convert. Okay, fair enough. So this could work. Then next one is something that I've seen work pretty well. So in this case, they just use like a background image, looks pretty nice, and then they have a big logo of PG&E, which is like the biggest utility in California. So they indirectly target people or their audience, call out their audience by using this utility. So they say PG&E customers. So if I'm a like PG&E customer and I see this, it definitely catches my attention, because I think like, okay, this is about me, and it's definitely more creative than just saying California homeowners. And then they attach it to like a specific offer. So in this case they say get 12 months of free energy when going solar. So yeah, and then like spring special. So it looks kind of catchy. You have kind of like pattern interrupt elements, you call out the audience in a very creative way, and you have like a nice headline with a very strong offer attached to it, because get 12 months of free energy is huge. So like really creative, crazy offers. So I think this could work pretty good. And then last one that I found is again like more of a pattern interrupt. In this case, it's as you can see, like kind of like an animation. I think it's like from Google Project Sunroof, some animation like of a solar house, and it definitely, like in terms of colors and everything, it looks weird. It definitely catches attention, so that's for sure. And it also is solar related, so you see like a house with solar panels. So also a nice thing that you can do. Maybe you could put like even a headline on this, or again, you do the strategy that you catch their attention with this, and then they read the ad copy, and then they convert into a lead. So also something you can do. Then mistake number 2, you use no unique offer and positioning. So this is like one of the biggest things I see every day. People just don't use unique offers and positioning. You need to stop being generic with your solar ads. You should rather do your research on what currently works and implement it. So like what a lot of people are doing is they just go ahead and create an ad saying like, you can go solar for $0 down and save this and that, this amount of money on your electricity bill. And this just doesn't really work anymore, because it's not unique. Again, if we come back to this ad right here, it's pay less for electricity. Okay, so yeah, I mean, everyone is running the same thing. So for example, what you can do is you can, instead of saying like get solar for $0 down and reduce your electric bill, you can try something like get up to 6 months of free electricity when going solar. Again, this is like also an offer that I covered in an ad that I previously showed you. But yeah, you can just use this offer. I mean, most of you guys, if you're like a consultant or you run ads for a company, you will be able to have an offer like I will pay the first 6 months of your solar payments, and then you just frame it differently and tell them that they can get 6 months of free electricity, which is basically true when you cover their solar payments for 6 months, and it eliminates their electricity bill. So you can use those kind of offers, and then also, yeah, just be creative and come up with your own unique offer. By any means, you don't need to use this specific offer. My point is that you need to be more creative. And then another example, just to come from another angle instead of coming from another offer, protect yourself from power outages and gain energy independence. So instead of always coming from the same angle, like you can reduce your electricity bill, you can also very well target people by other angles, like protect yourself from power outages, gain energy independence, even like I don't know, contribute to a more sustainable world. So you can also get very creative with that, because like especially when you try to target like wealthier, richer people, they don't care about saving another $100 a month, $200 a month. So they might care about protecting them and their family by going energy independent. So try that. Then mistake number 3 that I see a lot is the ad looks too much like an ad. Also something that's and is very boring. Again, something that I kind of explained already, but when I scroll through my feed and I see this, I immediately know this is an ad. Okay, so like we have the company logo right here, a stock image, and then a big headline and get a $50 gift card and whatever. I won't even read this. I see this, I see it's an ad, it's a solar ad. I get a million of those solar ads a day. I will just skip it. Same goes with this. Even though I think this looks a bit more visually appealing, and you know, we have some colors in there, and I think the stock photo is better. It's still like big logo with big headline, $0 upfront stock footage thing. So I immediately know this is an ad, so I won't look at it for more than a second. And again, this contributes to, like, even if it's catchy, I will just scroll past it, and your CPM will go through the roof. Nobody will really convert. So I wouldn't recommend using ads like this unless you want to have like really, you're like a bigger solar company and you want to increase like brand awareness and everything. Then you can obviously, like Sunrunner's doing this a lot, you can just run generic images with the logo and everything. But even like when you look at Sunrun's ads, they still make it more appealing and like at least have like a unique kind of headline that makes people like wanna engage with the ad. But don't do something like this. Then mistake number 4 is your lead form or your landing page sucks. So this is like a very, very common reason, because many people, like they put all their effort into the ad and into the ad copy and everything, but like no effort at all in the lead form and in the landing page, and then they wonder like why they're not getting leads. But this is like a huge part of the ads. So if you want to know if you want to find out if like your lead form or your landing page sucks, just check your metrics. If your CPM on Facebook and your CTR, so your click-through rate, are good and you get a lot of link clicks, so people who click on your ad, but you don't get a lot of leads, then your landing page or lead form sucks. So I also have a video on my YouTube channel talking about like how to properly analyze the Facebook ads metrics and data so you can implement stuff. But for now, just know this. And then in case if that's the case, and even if it's not the case, you should always try to improve your conversion rates, because if your conversion rate on your lead form is only 10%, even if you get a good cost per lead, because like let's say your CPM and your CTR is like killing it and it's extremely good, but you're still getting like $30 leads, which is fine, but you can easily get your conversion rate up to like from 10 to 20%, then you can pretty much double your conversions and get your cost per lead from $30 to $15 a lead. So the most common mistakes I see regarding this is, first of all, you use too many questions. So either in your lead form or on the like survey on your landing page, you use too many questions. You don't want to ask more than I don't know, 3 to 4 questions maybe. If you want to get an extremely high, very qualified lead, then you can ask more, but I just wouldn't recommend it. Ask less questions and then qualify the leads in the back end. That's just more efficient. And then you don't use multiple choice questions. So this is also very important. You want to make the form or the survey on your website very easy to fill out. So don't ask them to type in a lot of things. Just use like multiple choice questions so they can just click through very easily. And yeah, the survey and the form shouldn't take more than like 10 to 15 seconds to complete. And then you ask for very sensitive or complicated information and don't even explain why. So first of all, regarding like the sensitive information, you gotta ask for some sensitive information like their name, phone number, and in most cases even address. But what you can try to do, for example, if you don't get any leads, is you can replace address with zip code. So you know, okay, they're kind of like in the area that I can target and they're qualified, and then you can easily ask them for their address in the back end, so you don't immediately need their address unless you want to. Even if you want to schedule like an on-site survey and everything, they can still tell you their address when they're interested. So you can replace it with zip code. And then complicated questions are just like questions that they won't really like immediately know. Like, I don't know, what's your roof type? Some people just may not know like what their roof type is or condition or whatever. So maybe don't ask like too complicated questions that require a lot of thinking. And then you also want to tell them why they need to fill this information in, especially when you ask for sensitive information. So instead of just saying give me your address or type in your address, you say we use satellite images to calculate like your solar system or whatever, so we need your address. Or when you ask for their phone number, you want to say something like type in your phone number so we can send you your free estimate. Just give them a reason, like explain why you need this information, and just don't ask for it. And then next one, your form image looks weird and doesn't relate to the ad they clicked on. So this is regarding like Facebook lead forms again. You can like on the intro page you can have like an image, and you want this image to first of all don't look weird or scammy, so choose like a nice clean looking image. And then you also want it to kind of relate to the ad, so you either want it to be solar related, or even better, if you can, like color wise and design wise, you can kind of match it with the image ad or the ad that they clicked on. And then same thing goes for the headline. So your headline doesn't resonate with the ad they clicked on, you want the headline. So the first thing, like when they open the lead form or even the landing page, the headline is like the first thing that they see and read. So this should be the same thing that you use as a headline in your ad or a headline in your image. So for example, if you have like a special offer like the 6 months of free energy, and then they click on it, you also want that to be in your headline. Then specifically for the landing page, so some of those things obviously also apply to the landing page, because for example, you don't want to ask all those like things with the survey. When you have a survey on your website, you don't want to ask too many questions. Same thing, and also your headline should resonate with the ads and the imagery and everything. But then also the hero section should be very good. So the hero section is basically the first part of the landing page. It's the first thing that they see, so it needs to be like visually just appealing and should look like kind of professional, not scammy, and have like very important information on it. So you don't need to make, especially on Facebook, you don't need to make a very long landing page. Sometimes it's enough if you pretty much only have the hero section. Like if you have the hero section and then they can scroll down, maybe there's one more call to action or something, and that's it. I will show you an example in a second. And then in this hero section you need to put like everything that the lead or the page visitor needs to convert into a lead. So you want to put like a nice headline in there, maybe some social proof, some reviews and then the survey and everything. So make sure this is good. And then also the landing page doesn't work or load or is very slow. So this is also a common issue. If you get like a lot of page views but don't get any conversions, you should definitely check if everything works fine. So try to use your landing page from your mobile phone, from your desktop, from different devices, and see if it loads quickly and works properly. And then also one more thing, always make sure that your landing page looks good on mobile as well, because like 80% of the traffic on Facebook ads comes from mobile. So if you design the page like on a page builder on your desktop, make sure you also optimize it for mobile. This is usually like every page builder, also like GoHighLevel has this, so make sure to do this. I will show you an example. I built this landing page in GoHighLevel. By the way, if you want to use GoHighLevel like with all the backend automations and everything, you can sign up for a 14-day free trial in my description, and you will also get my snapshot if you sign up with my link, so my template with like the landing page template. But this right here is an example for a landing page. So as you can see in the hero section, we have nothing else. Like we only have like the headline, which is relevant, like we call out the audience. This is like a very generic one right here, to be fair, but it's it relates to the ad. So in the ad we said something like, check if you qualify for Zero Down Solar New Jersey, and then they clicked on it, so that's the first thing they see. And then we have like this survey right here. You see it's very, very, very simple. They just need to click on this, boom, type in their zip code, and then their information, and that's it. So very short survey, and again, it's very quick to fill out. It's very easy to understand. And then here, when we ask for the zip code, for example, see if you live in an approved area. So this is what I said. You want to give them like a reason when you ask them for information. Yeah, and then it's a very short page. So that's it. I'm scrolling down right now. So that's it. We only have like a call to action down here, some value, like why should you go with us, basically, some credibility, some customer reviews, and also a sole FAQ. And this is like for Facebook even like a pretty long example, so we wanted to still put a good amount of information on here, but sometimes you're good if you just have this like first section right here with the headline and the survey, maybe put the reviews in there, and that's it. So just so you saw an example. And then the fifth and last mistake is regarding your ad copy, so the text that you use for your ads. So the ad copy is more important than you think. I actually, like, for one client, like a few months back, we had like I think $30 to $40 cost per lead on Facebook, and then we made like a change to the copy, or we came up with a new copy but left the ads, the targeting, everything the same, and this brought our cost per lead down to, I think it was like $15 or something. So sometimes like ad copy can be very important, because when they scroll through social media, the ad copy, like the first 3 lines of the ad copy, are like, sometimes they see this before they even really see the ad. So very important. And then the most common mistakes, again, your ad copy is too long or too short, so you don't want to make it like huge, very, very long, and you also don't want to make it like 2 lines. I mean, both can work, but especially like long copy can work if you really know what you're doing, and if you're really a good copywriter, and you can basically come up with a long copy that's still so engaging that people read through it, but it's just a lot harder. So I would recommend staying like in the mid-range, doing it like a couple of lines, making it very, like, not too short and not too long. And then next mistake that you may be doing is you're not calling out the audience in the first line. So again, if you target California homeowners, you want to, like, the first line of the ad, the very first line, you want to say attention California homeowners, something like that. Or if you be more creative with your targeting, again, like PG&E customers or something, just call your audience out. And then another common mistake, the ad copy is not visually appealing, so you use like very long sentences, you don't use paragraphs, and like no emojis. You don't have to use emojis, but I think like a clean ad copy, like an ad copy should look very clean and easy to read. Like when you look at it, and you feel like I don't want to read this shit, then it's obviously a bad ad copy. So use paragraphs, use short, straight to the point, snappy sentences. Don't beat around the bush, and maybe even use emojis to make it a bit more visually appealing. Next mistake, your ad copy is not catchy enough, so no one will read through it. So my best advice is think of your ad copy as a video ad script. So let's say you write a script for your video ads. Obviously you want to make it like as catchy and straight to the point as possible. You want to again spark people's attention like every 5 seconds, and the same pretty much applies to your ad copy. So make your ad copy catchy and spark people's attention over and over again, so they will actually read through it. And then last thing is you want to use a clear call to action. Also very important for obvious reasons. So at the end of the ad copy, or even like if it's a bit longer, you want to even implement another call to action like in the middle of the ad copy, so people actually read it and they know what to do. And you just tell them something like click on the learn more button, take the 30-second survey to get this and that, and this is a very important step, so people know what to do. Then I also have one last bonus, and this is budget. So you need to understand that solar ads are not cheap, and that's because you are selling a high ticket offer, making you thousands of dollars per deal. So you need to be willing to invest thousands. Like you can't go in solar ads and expect to spend like a couple $100, maybe $300-400, get nothing in return, and then just stop the ads, because then you can just save yourself the $300-400 and don't do it in the first place. When you go into this thing, like you need to think big, you need to think long term, you need to think, okay, if I get this to work, I can invest, I don't know, $900, $800, $700. The better you get, the cheaper your cost per acquisition will be, and get a deal in return. So you invest $600 and get a couple of $1,000 back. So it's worth just thinking long term and be willing to make an investment to get a lot out of it. So if you ask me, the minimum ad budget to start off if you're on a low budget is $30 to $50 a day, which is $900 to $1,500 a month. That's like the low end, and this can definitely work. So if you're like on a, especially like when you're on $50 a day, you can get like, if you come up with some nice ads and you get like $20-30 leads, and you get like 1 or 2 leads a day and really like squeeze everything out of those leads, you can still get amazing results on this budget for sure. But if you want to speed things up and if you have a larger budget, then don't be scared to invest like $100 plus a day on this. Maybe when you're starting off and you don't really know what you're doing, start off with small campaigns, start off with $30 a day, go to up to $50 a day, and then when you found something that works, you can invest more. It's just like, especially on a new account, sometimes like you will invest like a couple of $100, and you won't really get anything in return, even though if you're kind of implement everything that you see online. And that's because your ad account is just very fresh, you don't have any data in there, so you need a couple of conversions and a bit of data, and your results will just automatically get better and better over time, when your ad account warms up. So yeah, you need to be willing to make a bit of like an investment, and don't panic if you invest like a couple $100 and don't get immediate results. Okay, so that's it for the video. Again, if you want to see more content around solar marketing, lead generation, Facebook ads, GoHighLevel, then you can subscribe to this channel. I will upload content on a weekly basis, so don't miss out on this, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and you have a nice day.